वरदरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Okay, so I suppose last time we completed the topic of idol worship, right? Correct? Anyone remembers? We did it on a weekday. All of you can hear me, right? So if I'm not wrong, I think we did that topic. Okay. So with this, let's start with the next topic. Now, next topic for today, though this was not a part of what we usually like what I had thought of, but I just felt that we can include this topic. The reason being, it's a news, right? After 10 days, not even 10 days, next week, next Monday, we have the temple being consecrated in Ayodhya. So it's not just because Rama's temple is being consecrated or we are all Hindus and so on. Nothing of that sort. Or some people now, they're also, let's not say against or for, but why there is so much of significance around Ayodhya? Why only Ayodhya? And do you have any scriptures that talk about Ayodhya? Why this place only, who told that it is a birthplace of Rama, and why there is so now there are so many temple consecrations taking place, right? But why this has become it's a very crucial topic and so on. For this there are many references. So where and in what scriptures the significance of Ayodhya has been mentioned, why it is given so much of importance, that is what we'll be seeing today. Okay, so let's start. So roughly I have noted down about 14 that are there. Apart from this also you have references about Ayodhya in other scriptures. So this is just a base. Now mostly about Ayodhya you have mentioned in the Skanda Purana. There are other texts also, but Skanda Purana, the largest Purana, 81,000 verses roughly. It talks about holy pilgrimage places like Ayodhya, Orissa, and so on. So mainly it talks a lot about geography of Bharatadesha. In that, it highlights a lot about Ayodhya. So let's start. We have about 14-15 references talking about Ayodhya. First is, let us start with the meaning of Ayodhya. Now, you have a chapter in Skanda Purana itself talking about Ayodhya Mahatmya. Skanda Puranam reference 1.60. Chapter Skanda 1, chapter number 60, which talks about Ayodhya Mahatmya. Akaro Brahmacha Proktam Yakaro Vishnuruchyate Dhakaro Rudrarupascha Ayodhya Namarajyate. Why even Ayodhya? Why a particular place is named after, so for that also it has got some significance. In our entire country, entire Desha, if you see, or like we had discussed about swastika, right? Swastika Chinnam. Why swastika? Now I told you that we had seen the significance, the story, and so why it is even called swastika in the first place, and so on. So everything in our culture, if you see, has got some significance behind it. It's not that just randomly someone feels so and they name it that way. It's not so. So even the meaning of the word Ayodhya, Aksharam Akaro Brahma Uchyate. Aksharam represents Brahma. Yakaro Vishnu Uchyate. Ya is represented by or represents Vishnu. The represents Shiva. So therefore, Ayodhya together Ayodhya, the place where we have the presence of the three devatas, Brahma, Vishnu, and Rudra. That is Ayodhya. This has been told by Agastya Maharshi to Vyasa Maharshi. Now here you will have a doubt. Who said A is Brahma, Ya is Vishnu, The is Rudra? Now, as per certain scriptures in or certain texts in Sanskrit language, there is something called monosyllables. What is that? We'll look at that in the next slide when we talk about Rama more. That is, say for example, monosyllable, mono is single, right? Syllable is letter, akshara. Ma, for example, Ma. Ma, this aksharam, it is actually another name for goddess Mahalakshmi. Like this, Ma is a meaning for goddess Mahalakshmi. Ma also means no. Maharuda, when we say don't cry, right? So like this, even an aksharam in itself has also got a meaning in Sanskrit. Now say for example, in other languages you would have A. As such, A, you can say right? A man. When we say only or A is only one of those aksharams which has got some meaning. Apart from that, if I just write B, it has got no meaning, right? A also we have to change the pronunciation. A becomes a, right? We don't say a man, we say a man, right? So Sanskrit is one of those letters, those languages, one of those very few languages, or maybe now, why I'm saying one of those few is we have not, I at least have not studied all other languages, right? In the world, so we don't know what's there. But mostly, if you see, Sanskrit is one of those very few languages, or one of those languages which has meanings for even the monosyllables that are there. So therefore, a can also have a meaning as Brahma, ya can have for Vishnu, the can have of Rudra. How, what, all that we can study in detail. Of course, now that is not the topic here, so I'm not going too deep. But yes, everything that we have around, it's the point is someone just says something and it becomes a big thing. It's not like that. Everything has got a meaning. So the place where the three devatas, Brahma, Vishnu, and Rudra, Shiva reside together, that place is Ayodhya. This is told by Agastya Maharshi to Vyasa Maharshi. This conversation comes in the Ayodhya Mahatmam, Skanda Purana, Skanda 1, chapter number 60. Next. So this is the meaning of Ayodhya. Why Ayodhya is considered to be a very sacred and auspicious place? Because it has got the presence of all three devatas. Second, geography of Ayodhya. Again in the Skanda Purana, the Ayodhya Mahatmam you have. I would suggest all of you to read. Now we don't have time to go through the original Purana, but whenever you have time, you can go through the entire Mahatmyam, entire this topic. दक्षिणोत्तरभागे तु सरयू तमसावधिः एतत् क्षेत्रस्य संस्थानं हरेरन्तर्गृहं स्थितं मत्स्याकृतिर्यं विप्र पुरी विष्णोरुदीरिता. Here, this place, it seems that Dakshinottara Bhage, on the southern side, you have the Sarayu River. Then you have the Tamasa River on the northern side. And the place which is in between, the Puri Matsya Kritiriyam Vipra, the shape of Ayodhya is like the shape of shape of a Matsya, like a fish-like shape. Tamasa River in the north, Sarayu River in the south. Place in between is like a fish-like structure, which is a place of Ayodhya. Vishnu Rudirita. And this place, we had Lord Vishnu incarnating himself as Nara, as Rama, the form of Naravatara, that is Rama. So this is the geographical significance of Ayodhya. So through this, from where this place Ayodhya even existed, all that geographical significance also has been mentioned. Now, why so much detail is mentioned in the Skanda Purana is it's not some place of fantasy also. Now, of course, all of us we can believe it's not a place of fantasy because few of you would have gone to Ayodhya, or at least now maybe many of us will feel that we should go to this place called Ayodhya, or we know that such a place exists. Therefore, this question of whether such a place is there or no doesn't exist for us today, but still we should know. Like, for example, there are certain places, right? Like, if you study the Harappa civilization and so on, you will have, or even in the Puranas also, you have certain names that comes in. But then, that those certain names will have, just one second. So those certain names, maybe today we don't know, that doesn't mean that those places did not exist. Like this Ayodhya, luckily today we have heard about this place, therefore we can believe. But yes, there are why certain you can say even for other places also. Why we have to look or study something in detail is their mention has surely been made in our scriptures in some Purana, somewhere it will be there. It's just that we have to know. So the point is not only for places, for anything that we see around today, or any practices that are being followed or that were being followed, just because it is not happening today, or just because we don't see or we have not heard about it today, does not mean that such a thing does not exist. Like there are so many critics or people, right? Or even there can be people who don't believe, it's their personal choice, but still just sitting and making comments, oh such a place did not exist at all, and so on. Our Puranas, our scriptures, our Vedas, or whatever it is, or our own rishis, and so on. They're not fools to speak about things. But even today, if you are talking about Ramayana, we ourselves are not fools, right? We're all educated people. So it's not that why, who is Rama, what is Ramayana? Years or thousands together, thousands of years together, if the scripture has been passed down, there will surely be some significance to this. It's on us how we open it. Things happen yesterday, or maybe something happened in the morning, you forget in the course of time. But there are certain things which always remain with us. How it remains is it will surely have some significance. So the point is, just because today we don't know something, where is Tamasa River? Sarayu River is there today. Where is Tamasa? Where is this river? Like say for example, Saraswati Nadi. We cannot see it today. Doesn't mean that it did not exist, right? So geography of Ayodhya has been highlighted. Like this, there are many aspects, mention of many places, especially in the Skanda Purana. Those who are interested in geography, you should go through Skanda Purana. You have mention of many ancient places in Bharata, which today also they are existing, but maybe we don't know that they are there today. Okay. Next is, so this talks about the geography of Ayodhya. Next aspect is Ayodhya in Tiruvallur. Now, those who can read Tamil, you can go through this. In one Pashuram, you have the mention of Ayodhya that is there. Wherein Tiruvallur Nammalvar, he says in it that he, one who lived in Ayodhya or Ayodhya, that is one who lived in Ayodhya, that is the most blessed city which has been created by Brahma and who has given more knowledge than Iramapiran. Ramapiran you call. Iramapiran, that's how it is in Tamil. So in the same way it is translated. Now that is, you have the reference of Rama in also Tamil scriptures. Why this has been highlighted is many people in South India, Dakshina Bharata feel that Rama is a North Indian deity because he has been born in Ayodhya. Everything happened in Ayodhya. He just came to look out for Sita in South, but it is not at all so. When he came down to South, we have people. We have places like Rameshwaram. He spent most of his time down. Our Alvars, Nammalvar, and so on, they have also glorified about Rama. So Rama or a deity is not limited only to a particular part, be it Uttara Bharata, Dakshina Bharata, or nothing of that sort. Rama is a deity or Ayodhya is a place which is worshipped all around. Just because a place is in North India doesn't become that the deity is also for North India. Then what about Rameshwaram then? Or what about Srirangam then? What about Ranganatha whom we are worshipping? What about Tirupati? We have so many. What about Tripuraya? That is, then people of North India will start say, oh, Rama is a deity of the South, right? Just as for Lord Muruga, we say is a deity of Dakshina Bharata, right? Why? Just because Muruga is worshipped more in South India doesn't mean that he's a deity of Dakshina Bharata. You have certain worships that are done even in North India. Maybe it will be quite less, but that doesn't mean that deities are limited only to that particular area. Why this has been included is to show that Rama or the place of Ayodhya has been mentioned in all scriptures, be it Dakshina Bharata, Uttara Bharata, by scholars all over the entire country. So there is no discrimination at all that is being made. We people have, maybe not you or me, but there are certain people who will always discriminate and say, no, this is happening, that is happening. We try to distinguish and differentiate between gods also. The Lord Avatara has taken place, he has gone back. But still, thousands of years back, today, we have a controversy saying that no, he belonged to this place, he belonged to that place, or this language is prevalent here, it is not there. Who are we to decide? You have something, you learn it, you read it, you go. That's it, right? But it doesn't happen that way. We have a lot of controversy. But you have this as a proof for it. Even in Nammalvar's Pasharams also, you have the mention of Ayodhya. Next is, it seems that you had a murti of Vishnu which was consecrated in Ayodhya first. Tvannama Purvika Vipra Manmurti Rihatishtado Vishnur Hariti Vikhyata Bhaktana Muktidayini. It seems that Lord Mahavishnu himself, he tells one of his devotee called Vishnu Sharma to consecrate a Vishnu Murti there in the birthplace of Ayodhya, birthplace of Rama, that is Ayodhya. And this sculpture that is there, it is addressed by the name of Vishnu Hari. It is actually Hari for Lord Vishnu. Vishnu, Hari, maybe after the name of the sculptor also it would have come Vishnu Hari. So this again shows why the first Murti had to be kept at Ayodhya is why did Lord Mahavishnu himself instruct? This again comes in the Ayodhya Mahatmam Skanda Puranam. Why it so happened is surely it had some significance with the birthplace of Rama. Now all these slides that I'm showing you, it also tries to remove those controversies which are surrounded. Is Ayodhya really the birthplace of Rama? Because we need not prove all this, but just to enlighten us, one is to maybe wash off all the controversies and to, it's one reason, or you can say the last reason we can keep to prove or to satisfy ourselves, okay, Ayodhya is a birthplace of Rama. Secondly, to know that whatever has been mentioned has got lot of significance that is there. Just because now, maybe including myself also, before I came across all this, I also never knew, right? Little I had read the Skanda Purana, there I knew a bit about Ayodhya, so I could pick up these references and show you. But till then, it is like until and unless some, maybe a few of you might be aware, but before, most of us, we don't know that something has been mentioned like this. Just because we don't know, we try to claim, oh, such things don't happen. But you have this, that first, why the first Murti was consecrated at Ayodhya, because it is the birthplace of Sri Rama, and Mahavishnu himself had advised, had instructed his devotee Vishnu Sharma to make this idol, which is called as Vishnu Hari. Next is, what is the location of Rama Janmabhoomi? Again, it comes in the Skanda Purana, Ayodhya Mahatmam. Tasmat Sthanatam Eshane Rama Janma Pravartate Janmasthanamidam Proktam Mokshadi Phalasadhanam. One of the Moksha Kshetras, we look at that later, ahead it will come, is Ayodhya. Vigneshwarat Purva Bhage Vasishtad Uttare Tata Laumashat Pashtime Bhage Janmasthanam Tatasmritam. Between the rivers Sarayu and Tamasa, in a place which is guided by Vigneshwara, that is Lord Ganesha in the west, in the Purva Bhage, then Purva is east, right? Purva is east. It is a printing error. I mean, in the English translation is wrong. Okay, and Lomasha is on the Pashchima Bhagi, that is west. Then you have Vasishta, the Uttare, north. So you just look at the picture, that is Vasishta, north will be on the upper part. So, and Rama Janmabhoomi is in the center. So basically, you can consider Vigneshwara, Lord Ganesha, Lomasha on one side, Vasishta on the north, and the rivers Sarayu and Tamasa on the south direction, surrounded by this. In between is the Kshetram of Ayodhya, which is popularly known as the Rama Janmabhoomi. So, a very, the a place for attaining one of the Moksha Sthanams, Mokshadi Phalasadhanam, a place known for attaining Moksha. So, this is the location of Rama Janmabhoomi, where exactly it is located. So, even now, also, now, say for example, many of us we build our own houses, right? How do we do that? We maybe Bhumi Puja you do. Then maybe even if people, there might be few who don't believe in astrology, this and that, but still there are certain things that we follow, right? We have certain things called Grihya Sutras or Sthapatya Shastram and so on, or Vastu Shastram, meaning the kitchen should be in a particular direction, the hall should be in a particular direction, or the house should be kept so, or some people they keep the Panchamukhi Hanuman on their doors and so on and so on. Why such things are done is the house that is there, it should be located in a proper way. Especially all these things are followed when you have a plot of land and you build an individual house on that. Usually when you have flats also, the reason that we do is there's the Bhumi Pujan system. That's it. Because whenever you go and buy a flat, the house is already ready, right? And as per the structure of the land and the construction that is done, we have to live in the house. So now all of you, you cannot go and check where is our kitchen. Is it in the proper direction as per Vastu Shastram, or is it something? Is it in a wrong direction and so on? Or some people you see when you have certain problems also coming in, they will go and consult an astrologer. Astrologer will tell them, no, you change the position of this, that, and so on. Of course, such some things are okay, but that doesn't mean that maybe you certain you can change a few things also that you have kept, but we cannot totally change the structure of the house, right? You change your bathroom here, you put your kitchen there, we cannot do this. But such things, and even the architects also, they are not aware of all this. But yes, the point is, whenever we usually construct individual houses also, those who have knowledge of Vastu Shastram, usually they will follow all these things. That's why even today also, those who are, you're reading the Ayodhya news and so on, you know, right, how the puja and things are being done. You have certain so many priests doing it, they have waters bringing in from different directions and so on. So even the location of Rama Janmabhoomi also was very crucial, with Vigneshwara, Lord Ganesha on one side, Lomasha Maharshi on another side, Vasishta on another side, northern side, and towards the south we have the rivers of Tamasa and Sarayu. Surrounded by such auspicious gods, rishis and rivers, the holy place of Rama Janmabhoomi, that is Ayodhya, is located. Sanjeev, do you want to say something? Yeah, that's what I said. Pashchima Purva, they have done it. The translation is wrong. That's it. Yeah. Next is, so this talks about, so now we have seen the geography of Rama Janmabhoomi, we saw the location of Rama Janmabhoomi, and the mention that is there alongside which rivers it is located. Next is, I told you this, Saptamoksha Puri. The Garuda Purana and also in other references also you have the mention of this. Ayodhya, Mathura Maya, Kashi Kanchi Avantika, Puri Dwaravati Chaiva Saptaite Mokshadayikaha. Maya is another name for Haridwar, Maya Nagari. It seems that in earlier times, Haridwar, if you go now, few of you would have gone, I suppose, to Haridwar. So one of the, today it has become very, you can say, crowded. You have the Kumbh Mela, you have the Ganga Snanam, and so on. Very crowded. And even today, if you go to Haridwar, you see the roads are very small, right? And you have small gullies in that, so much of crowd you can't even walk properly. That is the uh, s- that's how the place is. So it used to be Maya Nagari, it seems. It used to feel like it's like an illusion. You don't know what is happening in that place, but things just happen and go about. So that's why it is called Maya. So out of the seven Mokshapuris, Ayodhya, Mathura, Maya, Kashi, Kanchi, Avantika. Avantika is today's Ujjain. Avantika, this reference comes in many other texts. One of the most popular texts is Meghadutam, composed by Kalidasa, wherein he talks that when Meghadutam, just to give you an idea, talks about the path of the cloud. A Yaksha is separated. Yaksha, one of the demigods, is separated from his wife. They were newly married from his wife due to a curse of a sage, and he cannot bear that separation. So what he does is, seated on a mountain, that is Ramtek mountain in Nagpur, he imagines, he looks at the cloud in the sky and he imagines that the cloud is a messenger and the cloud should reach his wife. And how the cloud travels, it travels to different places that has been described, and there it also reaches this kshetram, that is Avantika. So there the cloud actually reaches Ujjain also, Avantika Kshetram. It reaches, and there he has mentioned Ujjain is not there, Avantika. This name has been mentioned. So Meghadutam is one of those texts composed by Kalidasa. Apart from this also there are few places wherein the older name for Ujjain was Avantika. Puri Dwaravati Chaiva, that is Dwaraka, Chaiva Saptaite Mokshadayakaha. Once in a lifetime we must make a trip. So whatever you have visited, you can check out. Whatever you haven't, you can make a trip now. So Ayodhya is one of those Saptamokshapuris. Again, this reference comes in the Garuda Puran. Next is, what is the significance of the Sarayu Nadi? Just as we have Ganga, just as we have Yamuna and so on, we have certain reference for Sarayu Nadi also. What is the significance? Gayashraddham chaye kritva purushottama darshanam kurvanti tatphalam proktam kalau dasharatim purim jalarupena brahmaiva sarayur mokshadasada naivatra karmano bhugo ramarupo bhavennaraha. One who does karma on the banks of the Sarayu, Ramarupo bhavennaraha, attains a form like Rama, it seems. And Kalau Dasharathim Purim. This is a place of Dasharathim Purim, meaning the son of Dasharatha. So very, very auspicious to do. Sarayu is a place of supreme consciousness or Brahman, very, very auspicious to do Shraddha Karma, and Gaya Shraddha, that is a phalam. Just as now in the normal Shraddhas that we do at our houses, you have Gaya Shraddham, Gaya Shraddham, Gaya Shraddham. If you listen very carefully, the priest will chant this Gaya Shraddham, this word thrice, meaning the Shraddha Karma that you do at home, that is equal to the Shraddha Karma performed at there. Just 1 second, hold on. Let's continue. Okay. So this is the significance of Sarayu Tiram. So on this, so it's not that Ayodhya alone is located somewhere. It is even the Sarayu Tiram that is there, that also has got a significance. So along with Ayodhya city, you also have Sarayu River, which has got a lot of importance. Next is अयोध्या रक्षको वीरः सर्वकामार्थसिद्धिदः नवरात्रिषु पञ्चम्यां यात्रा सांवत्सरी भवेत्. So here it seems that Navaratri festival also used to be celebrated with great fervor. That's why even today also, if you see the during the Deepavali time or so, you have a lot of diyas also being lighted, right? And Ayodhya, or even now also you have so many crores and lakhs of lamps being lighted. So basically, it is a festival of lights and celebration that is done in Ayodhya. And there have been references that though Navaratri is a festival and place of the goddess, Rama Janmabhoomi is also celebrated in Navaratri. Why so? Because it is believed that on the Vijayadashmi day, Rama killed Ravana and returned back. So it is Navaratri, festival of celebration that also has used to take place, and maybe now also it will take place in Ayodhya on great basis. So on the Panchami especially, the fifth day during Navaratri, we have a lot of celebration that takes place. Ayodhya Rakshako Veeraha Sarvakamartha Siddhidaha Navaratrisha Panchamyam Yatra Samvatsari Bhavet. So many people take up a yatra on the Panchami day to Ayodhya. So this is also a place of celebration. So you see roughly about 10 chapters talking about Ayodhya Mahatmyam. You can look at the numbers if you want. There will be even more. Now, Ayodhya, this place itself, you have the main city of Ayodhya, then you also have the Sarayu, that is the river that is there. Apart from that also, there are certain tirthas at Ayodhya. Sitaya Satkritam Yasma Tatkundam Kshira Sangamam Sita Kundamiti Khyatim Jagamanupamam Tataha. That is, you have the Bharata Kunda, you have the Sita Kunda, you have the Bhairava Kunda. Ratikundam, Jatakundam, and so on. That is just as you go to even Tirupati, if you go, you have Kapila Tirtha and so on. So there will be some significance that has taken place there. Something maybe associated with Sita will be Sita Kundam, Bharata, and so on. So certain why these kundas or tirthas are present is the Lord would have now Bharata Kunda maybe he kept the padukas also and some worship was done there and so on. So like this talking why these tirthas and kundas are preserved till date is there certain significant aspects would have taken place. So for people to know the history that is there or the incident that has taken place, all these kundas and tirthas are preserved. Next is maybe now people who actually go and visit these places, you can see for yourself what is the significance. Maybe now I haven't visited this place, I don't know. Maybe you'll have local guides or so who might tell you better on this. Yeah. Anyone has visited Ayodhya? So are these places, have you heard it? But these places are still there, right? Could you hear about it? They are there. Correct, correct. Hmm. Okay, so that means all these places are there. So you will have people who actually know about these places, like local guides also. They might tell us more. Okay. Next is you have the little bit along with Ramayana, you have some significance with Jainism also. You have the four Jain Tirthankars who are related in Ayodhya. All of the four were born in the all four Tirthankars, second, fourth, fifth, and the 14th, they were born in the Ikshvaku Vamsha. Ajitanatha, Abhinandana, Sumatinatha, and Anantanatha. So they were born in Ikshvaku Vamsha, so they had a close connection with Ayodhya. So this is one more significance of Ayodhya. So this again shows the, you can say, unity between religious, though all religions have their own ways of practice and rules, but still there was some significance, unity between religious beliefs too then. Next, you have Ayodhya Perumal. Ayodhya Perumal. Now, this Ayodhya Perumal, nothing but Rama. So, in South India, in the temple, it is believed that this place that will be there, where this temple is situated, it will, when it gets flooded, the deity inside the temple, the deity that you can see on the right side, that deity, it seems that water will never come into that deity, and it so happened, it seems. So that's how they became, the name came as Ayodhya Perumal, the Lord of Ayodhya, that is Rama. He had promised that this place will never get flooded. How much ever water comes, it will not come and vanish this temple. If you see, you can see that animated picture on the left, the temple stands erect even though water comes in, and the same thing happened. So that's how people started believing more. All these are, maybe you can consider even folklores or people's own personal experiences through which such things have happened. But yes, these things are also true. The Lord of Ayodhya, the Ayodhya Perumal, has also blessed people. Next is you have significance of Ayodhya and Ramaraja even in texts of Sikhism. That is the Dasam Granth Sahib. So here Ram Param Pavitra hai Raghuman ke avatar. So wherein he says that the avatar of Rama is very pious, very pure. Kamina Kaun Kaj ki Prabhav Rama Raja ki, he says. Or even Kabir Dasa also has written so much of so many things in so many, you can say, works in praise of Rama. You have so many Abhangas written in praise of Rama. So this shows a unity between languages as well as different communities, religious beliefs also. So Ramarajya, it seems that no suffering, no scarcity. And Bhatati Disha Titu Sutta Rajadhani Rama. That is Dasharatha, he divided his kingdom into four parts and gave his capital, that is Ayodhya Nagari, to Rama. And further, we know later how Rama he divided Ayodhya and the places around amongst his own two sons, Lava and Kusha. Kusha ruled over Ayodhya. Lava was given, sorry, Lava was given Ayodhya. Kusha ruled over another place, and you had even the sons of Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrughna, and so on, how they were divided and so on. So everyone was given their own set of kingdoms. Then proper division used to take place. This has been highlighted by Dasam Granth Sahib by a Sikh scholar. So why this also has been mentioned is with texts you have. So the reference or the significance of Ayodhya, Rama Janmabhoomi, Rama is not limited to Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma alone. It has also got some significance in other texts. And when other texts speak about it, nobody, though there is religious unity or whatever you call it, still there will be like when we have to talk something about others, only if you're 100% sure we make, right? When I say, for example, if I'm praising any one of you, it is very easy to point out mistakes. But if I have to praise someone, for all of us, I'm saying, we only certainly, if I feel that I should praise you, I will do that, right? So it is very easy to pinpoint at someone's mistakes, but to tell something good about someone or to showcase something on in a positive way, it becomes very difficult. So when we have people even from other communities and other texts that speak about Rama, Ayodhya, Rama Janmabhoomi, surely there is a lot of significance around this place. Next is Ayodhya and Varanasi. This like the Phalashruti you can consider. Shashti Varsha Sahasrani Kashi Vaseshu Yat Phalam Tat Phalam Nimishardena Kalau Dasharatim Purim. It is believed that in the Kali Yuga, if one stays in Kashi, that is Varanasi, for 60,000 years, the phalam that he will get, that is equal to spending a few minutes, it is few kshanam, nimishad ardhen, that is half a minute. If you spend in Ayodhya, it seems that that phalam of spending 60,000 years, Shashti Varsha Sahasrani in Kashi, you will get it if you spend even half a minute in Ayodhya. So this is the significance of this place and why we are even celebrating this. So it is a feeling wherein we have to surely feel proud and note that something is happening today, it has got a lot of significance. Lastly, even in Kalidasa's Raghuvamsham, you have the mention of Ayodhya. Jalaniyatira Nikhatayupa Vahatya Yodhya Madurajadani Turangamedhava Bhritavatiranehi Ikshvakupiv Punyatari Kritani. Raghuvamsham, he again talks about the Sarayu Nadi and this he talks about Sarayu Nadi which flows past Ayodhya, which is the land of the Ikshvaku Vamsha. So Kalidasa also has mentioned about Ikshvaku. So this is the significance of Ayodhya. Now from where all these scriptures are got for this, you have this publication, South Indian Sanskrit manuscripts from the Asiatic Society publication. So if you want to learn more from now, say for example, now on this whatever I showed you, it's not that it's just though you had the references, you had the shloka numbers, the reference text, everything, but still it has to be preserved somewhere, right? Manuscripts have to be preserved somewhere. This is those manuscripts. So today also we had the court case that was going on, and why today we are fighting for Ayodhya, Rama Janmabhoomi, how finally the temple has been erected, what were the points that were put in court. It's not that, oh, this place is there, build a temple. It doesn't happen that way, right? Years together, you have so much of controversy. All of us are aware of that. So you have to put points in favor. So all such texts, it seems, they were used for references. This is one. And then I'll also show you the verdict that is there. You have the Supreme Court word. Yato dharmas tato jayaha. Wherever there is dharma, there only justice and satyam will there. And even in today's case also, if we have on 22nd January, if we have the erection of Rama Janmabhoomi, the Rama temple that has been erected, you have the Ayodhya Mahatmya points from the Skanda Purana that have been put above. And then only the case has been fought in court. Of course, there are many points like this. The point is, our Puranas or our scriptures are still read, or they have to be read till date. Only then dharma or justice exists. So for this to put something, we must read our scriptures, right? Otherwise, oh, I think it is there, but I have to check. If you don't know something, you cannot put. So this is the importance wherein even from the Skanda Purana also certain snippets have been taken out and they have been placed in court so that the verdict can pass out. So this is the significance of Ayodhya and why now we have the Rama Janmabhoomi, why the temple is being erected, so much of celebration around in the entire country. All of us also very happy. Reason is this place is very significant. For years we maybe didn't have that, but at least now let's not talk about the past. At least now let it be a new beginning. Let all of us get a chance to visit place of Ayodhya once Rama Janmabhoomi is done. Okay, so could everyone follow this topic? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's start. You want to say something, Sanjeev ji? Why was Shravan Kumar killed? Correct. That would be there, like, as per now whatever little I am aware, I don't think he came across any curse, but this was, there will surely be something, otherwise he will not be separated. But then the same it had to happen for Dasharatha, right? Shravan Kumar's parents had to curse him. Shravan Kumar's parents had to curse Dasharatha, saying that you will face separation from your son. Only if that separation takes place, then Rama will go to the forest and so on. So for a future story, that incident had to take place. But yes, for surely Shravan Kumar also would have had some karma back then. So we have to little research on that. Yes. Let me see if I come across. But yes, there is surely something which will be there. Otherwise, the guy will not be killed. Right. Yeah. Okay. Now let's start with a very small topic that is there in praise of Rama. But we should know about it. There are many who are not aware of this. Now there is an unknown chapter, it seems, of Ramayana which comes in the Yuddha Kanda. What is that? One is the Hanuman Chalisa, which is very very popular. Apart from this, you have something called Sri Ramastama. What is the Sri Ramastama? Note down this reference if you want. Sarga 117 from the Yuddha Kanda of Sri Ramayana. You have Sri Ramastama. That is wherein Lord Brahma he actually recited the Sri Ramastavam, it seems, and Rama was made to aware was being made aware of his divine powers, and he was told that you are not an Avaratara, you are Vishnu himself. So know your powers then. So basically, let's not say like an awareness also, but it was those places wherein Rama now he's totally stuck to the rules of Naravatara, right? But then this is one place where apart from the Sankshipta Ramayana, that is the first chapter, Balakanda, first chapter of the Ramayana, this Sri Ramastavam is another text, a very unique text, not that popular, which talks about the entire story of Ramayana, Yuddhakandam, Sarga 170. It has been told by Lord Brahma. So I'll just show you the text. You can refer to the original text too later. श्रीरामस्तवम् अक्षरं ब्रह्म सत्यं च मध्ये चान्ते च राघव लोकानां त्वं परं धर्मो विश्वक्सेनश्चतुर्भुजः शार्ङ्गधन्व ऋषिकेशः पुरुषः पुरुषोत्तमः अजितः खड्गदृग्विष्णुः कृष्णश्चैव महाबलः and so on. So these are different shlokas that are there. How Brahma he praises Lord Rama. Now we'll just look at a few shlokas that are there. Anyone you get an opportunity sometime, you must learn this. So what does actually Brahma say? He tells Rama that Bhavannarayano Devaha Srimam Chakrayudah Prabhu Ekashango Varahastam Bhutabhavya Sapatnajit. He tells Rama that your Narayana himself, you have the discussed Chakrayudam, you have the Sudarshana Chakra, you are Ekashtanga Varaha, you are wild boar, the Avatara, Varaha Avatara with one horn. That also, or one tusk, you can say, that is also you. And you are the one, Bhuta Bhavya Sapatnajit. You are the one who, in your previous avatars, you conquered the enemies. In the current avatar also, you have killed, you are about to kill, you have killed so many Asuras, Ravana, and so on. And in your future avatars also, like the Krishna avatara, the Kalki, and so on, you are also going to conquer so many enemies. So it is like an identity or awareness that Brahma creates, wherein he makes Rama aware that you are not only limited to Andhara, you have some divine powers. So why was this even needed? Right? Like, why should Rama be made aware of his divine powers? So towards the end also, if you see, towards the end of Rama Avatara also, some incidents had to play. The Lord of Death, Yamadu, Dharmadeva himself comes there, and such a situation is created when Rama is told that you have to end your avatara now because time is up. Why such rules are done is because Rama avatara totally is a Naravatara. That's the reason even till date, human beings like us, why is Ramayana so popular? Even today, if you see Ramayana, Mahabharata, though all of us we know the stories of both, Ramayana is still easy, right? Or immediately, out of 100 people, 10 people will maybe know Ramayana and Mahabharata fully, but the 90 people will say, I know about Mahabharata also, but so many characters, so many stories, little confusion. I know the rough story, but in detail I don't. But those 90 people will surely know in detail the stories of Ramayana. Right? So, like, it's not a comparison that we make between scriptures, but the thing is, Rama is a Naraha, that is a human being. So, with co human beings, we relate, right? It becomes more easy. So, therefore, Rama in that avatar of a Nara, he forgets that he's God also. It is not part of his role, right? Like for us also, if time death has come, are human beings aware? No. When death has come, suddenly person just goes away. Nobody knows that okay, I'll die tomorrow, I'll die 10 years later. We don't know. Now do we know what happened in our past? Now do we know what happened in our future? Right? So therefore, Brahma, in this context, in the Sri Ramastavam, he comes, he makes Rama aware of his divine powers. Next, what he says is one more verse. Sita Lakshmir Bhavan Vishnu Devah Krishna Prajapatihi Vadartham Ravanasyeha Pravishto Manushin Tanum. Further, he says that your wife Sita, she is none other than Goddess Mahalakshmi yourself, your Lord Vishnu, you are only Krishna. You are the Lord of all these beings, and now you have taken a form of a Nara to kill Ravana. That is your whole purpose of taking this Rama Avatara. Apart from this, your original identity is you are Lord Vishnu himself. So, this is what Brahma makes Rama aware of his powers. इममार्षं समं दिव्यम् इतिहासं पुरातनं ये नराः कीर्तयिष्यन्ति नास्ति तेषां पराभवः. The Phalashruti of this Ramastavam for all of us is we will never face insult or humiliation from anyone or anything around us, and forever we will attain all our objects and so on. So, like the Phalashruti of this entire Stavam is this verse, which comes in the 117th chapter of Yuddha Kanda. So, this is Sri Ramastavam, a small topic, but a very uncommon topic. So therefore, all of us, whenever you want, you can read it, at least note down the Yuddha Kandam chapter. Yeah, I have not recorded it, but I will do it soon, so you can learn it. Yeah. Okay. So this is one thing. Next is the third topic that we do with Rama today is Rama Nama. Why is Rama Nama so important? Right. So you can see on your screen. Rama Nama Satya. Now, all of us would have heard this. You go to any part of Bharata, you will heard this now. Name, right? Why Ram Nam Satyam? Because, and usually when is this chanted? When a person dies, right? That's when you're carrying a dead body also. You go to any part of Dakshina Bharata, it will be maybe the ways of chanting will be different, but Rama, this Nama is always associated. Why so? Or what actually is the true meaning of Rama? So if you see, while we were talking about Ayodhya, I told you the concept of something called monosyllables, right? So that is every aksharam has also got a meaning. That concept you can apply here. Now this picture actually is of Varanasi. You have the Manikarnika Ghat. So it is a place which is very auspicious for Lord Shiva, right? So here also we don't chant something called Om Namah Shivaya. When bodies are burnt also, we chant Ram Nam Satyam. Rama has got nothing to do with Varanasi, right? But still why? So this reference little it comes in the Agni Puranam. You can see Agni Bhagwan's picture there. How, what, why, we'll delve into it and see. Now you have some, this is the main Vakyam that is there, Rama Nama Satya. Now something to talk about monosyllables. Now I told you that monosyllables have got meaning. I gave you the example of Ma previously. Now I didn't explain, I told you let's leave about the technical part, but little you have some technical information here. Some of you might understand, some of you might not understand it. You can leave it, that's fine. But at least we must know. Now, Brahmagupta, a great scholar, he talks about something. What is that something? Dhana bhaktam dhanam. Positive, positive, positive. Two people talk about all good things, or this is nothing but in maths just have a plus and plus is plus, plus and minus minus, and so on. Minus minus plus. The same mathematical formula is applied here. Zero divided by 0 is 0. Now, why this? Why I even showed you this is just the highlighted part is you have to focus on the last one. Kham khabaktam kham. Kham, one meaning is 0. And another word for the letter K is sky. So now you see, just to show that the same monosyllable can also have two meanings. So sky, does it mean that sky is equal to 0? But different contexts as per the meaning, the akshara changes. So like for example, Ma, I gave you an example. Ma, another name for goddess Mahalakshmi. If I say Ma Ruda, it becomes don't cry, right? Same letter, meaning changes. Similarly here when we say about K also, so all this why I just picked up the reference as it is to give you an idea that letter is K, but in certain references it is 0, K becomes 0. Another reference, K, another meaning is sky. So depending on the context, even monosyllables can have multiple meanings that are there. So monosyllable, that is a single aksharam, single syllable also has got a different meaning in Sanskrit. Let's move ahead. Then, this monosyllable words that are there, monosyllable is nothing but the sound. Gu, hu, gu, mu. they also can be used to make up words. Like you have the Guru Gita, which has been told by Vyasa Maharshi. Gukarash Chandakaraha. Gukaraha. What is the meaning of Gukara? Nothing. Gukara meaning Gu Akshara. Rukaraha. Rukaraha is Ru Akshara. So now, like, say for example, I'm talking about a sentence in English. I cannot just randomly write words, right? I give an example. We use only a. Apart from that, no, there is a B person. There is something called X person. Now in math, especially we use right, A, B, C or X, Y variables we use. So apart from that, as such in the language also, in mathematical terms or formula we use. Apart from that, we don't use like X person came, Y person came. We don't say, we give a random name, right, to that person. But here in Sanskrit, you have even the sounds that are there that are used to frame verses or words. So gu and ru through these different aksharams. And this can be little tough, that is there. Maybe for all of you to understand, I'll try my level best to make it simple. But we must know such things. So therefore, no, just because it just goes over my head, I want to read it. That's not so. From this, we get to know the meaning of Rama. That's the reason why all this explanation is needed. Guru. Guru is a word. Gu, this aksharam, gukara, it actually means darkness or ignorance. Ru is to remove something. So one, or you can say light, fire, brightness. So one who is responsible for removing all our darkness by imparting knowledge, by brightening our lives, that is none but Guru. So in Sanskrit, through just two aksharams, that is through monosyllables, gukara and rukara sounds, a totally new word is made, Guru, which has got a lot of significance, a lot of impact in all our lives. All of us, we have our own gurus, we have so many other gurus whom we follow. So Guru is the one who removes ajnanam, darkness, ignorance from our lives. So even sounds, syllable sounds that are there, they are also responsible for making new words. This has been highlighted in Guru Gita as told by Vyasa Maharshi. Okay, till here is everyone following? Yes? Okay. Next. Next. Now to understanding the meaning of the word Rama, we refer to Agni Purana. Agni Puranam, it has about 348 such monosyllabic words it seems. Now, Ka, as I told you, it's got sky. Ma has got a different meaning. Gu has got a different meaning. Ru has got. Like this, Agni Puranam lists about 348. You have 10th and 11th shlokas. Chapter 348, we have words that talk about the meaning of Rama. If you want, note down the reference, 10th and the 11th shloka. You have it in both Hindi and English. You have the word. Let's not just read the definition. Like for example, here with the Sanskrit shloka, if you read, it gives more meaning. But here you have the meaning. Like for I, the same it is used for Brahma. Ayodhya. You remember the words that we saw there? Ayodhya. Represents Brahma. Then represents a boundary. Is also, you can say, expression of anger. Can be love, that is Rati Devi. Can also be goddess Mahalakshmi, and so on. So like this, the same I is used for Mahalakshmi. So like this, if you see, the same syllable that is there, depending on the context, can change meaning. Like the word ka that we saw. Ka in a context is zero, another context it is for sky. So like this, such things are used. So this list of monosyllabic words is given in Agni Puranam. Depending on the context, the meaning changes. Now for Rama, let's come to this word. Rama, Ra is actually fire. Fire, it is also another word for Indra, for fire. You can say strength and so on. And Ma is used for mother. Goddess Mahalakshmi, Mata. So like this, these are the words of so fire and mother. You can consider this is the meaning. Now, meaning of Rama, Ra is actually fire, knowledge, burning. Rukaram we have already seen, right? Guru. So Rukaram, Ra represents fire, knowledge, burning, whatever it is. And Ma has got something to do with mother, birth, progeny, and so on. So Ra and Ma together, it actually represents death. Why death? Because whenever fire also is burning inside us, we want to enlighten our lives also. Ultimately, what happens is life gets over. Ra, your entire Ra you have spent, entire life you have spent, that is actually represented by Ra. You're learning something, good things happen in your life, there is a quest for doing good things. I want to achieve my goals. There's a burning for that. Your entire life you spend in that. Finally, death takes place again. But after death takes place, birth is waiting for us if we don't attain moksha, right? So again, birth. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani, jatare shayanam. Shankaracharya tells in his Vajagovinda. Again, life is waiting for you. That is mother, birth, progeny. That is the reason. This is the meaning of Rama. That's why Rama Nama is said as Rama Nama Taraka Mantram. That is one which crosses over or breaks us over the cycle of Ra and Ma, birth and death cycles. Ra is represented by the life that we live when we are alive. Then death takes place in between. Again, new life. Again, birth takes place, which is represented by Ma. So this continuous cycle that is there of birth and death, that is represented by Rama, this Nama. That's why when a body passes away, Ra is completely done. All the fire, everything is burning. Then we burn the body and it goes Ma. Again, once though death has taken place, some birth is waiting for the person somewhere. That's the reason we chant Rama Nama. That's why Rama Nama has to be chanted. Rama Nama Taraka Mantra. It represents birth and death cycle, our own life, this entire samsara. That's why Rama Nama, this chanting is very, very important. Even more than Rama, also Rama Nama is more divine. So this is the significance of Rama Nama. Okay. Now there can be more detailed explanations and so on. I will just keep it stop at this place. I hope everyone could understand the meaning of Rama, how this word, why we are even chanting Rama Nama. You go to Kashi, we don't say Om Namah Shivaya, why do we say Rama? Right? We don't say any other god's name because the syllable itself, Ra and Ma, they itself represent and have a deeper meaning. Okay. Could everyone follow this? Yes? Yes. So, yeah, yeah. Correct. Hmm. Correct. Correct. Yes, so Lord Shiva himself comes and tells a Taraka mantra in their ears and he chants, does their karma and so. Correct. So today we saw the topic significance of Ayodhya, we saw the Ramastavam and the meaning of Ramanama. So with this topic ends. So we'll stop here. We start with the next new topic next week. Yeah. Namaste.